How are you? Yesterday was Mother's Day and it was very beautiful. I didn't do much. I didn't do nothing. And I think that's every mother's dream is to not do anything. So, I chilled. My kids gave me little cards and little like a mommy mug or whatever, and it was really sweet. Like, I'm a very simple person, so I don't expect a lot for Mother's Day. I just, as long as I get to, be with my kids and see them smile and them give me hugs and kisses, that's all I need. But yeah, they gave me my son actually made me something with his teacher um like that Thursday or whatever as a Mother's Day gift. My daughter gave me a picture, their dad gave me a card. It was really sweet. It was sweet, very sweet and simple. And they went to their dad's house for the weekend, and I did absolutely nothing yesterday, and it was beautiful. But anyway, this is Mental Health Mondays. I'm gonna ask again, how are you? I know you can't answer me back because this is already pre-recorded, but you can always comment in the comments. I do respond. But anyway, I've been plenty inspired for the past few, well, I would say since the quarantine started. Um and I've been doing a lot of things pertaining to um working towards my brand and stuff on social media and whatnot, and just finding my purpose. I've actually been doing it since the year has started, but it's like now we in quarantine, we got nothing but time. And this past weekend I actually did like a social media webinar. A few weeks ago I did a couple of weeks ago actually, I did a hashtag therapy. I was on someone's hashtag therapy live. Her name is Jasmine Hill Carter. Very informative, and she's about her business. She's about her bread. She's about empowering women, and I love it. And at this point in my life right now, I'm still like working towards my purpose. So the topic of this, Mental Health Mondays is finding your purpose. A lot of us don't really know or haven't really tapped into what our purpose is. This is like pretty much to piggyback off of me saying that, people need to tap into their creativity. Even if you don't tap into your creativity, um just find things, like I said, that make you happy. If exercising makes you happy, great. If singing makes you happy, great. Dancing, great. Acting, great. Like, there's so many ways that you could tap into things that you love or whatever, because a lot of people are downing people for like not finding a skill or making use of their time during this quarantine. And my thing is, there's a lot of people out here that overwork themselves or whatever, and this quarantine is allowing them to take a break, like to just breathe. That's a skill. That's, you were working and you didn't get to binge watch that show that you wanted to watch. That's something that you like to do. There is no right or wrong way to spend your time during this quarantine. It's not. If it's making you happy, do it. Just as long as it's not super illegal, But if it makes you happy, do it, So over the weekend, I took a YouTube webinar, just to soak up and take notes. I'm always looking to be inspired by people, and I love it. And this girl was talking about, her name is Simone Redman. She was talking about finding your niche or whatever, seeing what works for you with YouTube, and how social media is a good way to promote your business, promote yourself and whatnot. So she was just giving like a lot of insightful advice about pretty much being a force on YouTube and how to make YouTube work for you or whatever. And I've been on YouTube off and on 8 years, and my main thing as to why I'm not as big as I should be was consistency. So I feel like I've gotten better at consistency. I feel like I've gotten better at my communication on here or whatever. And if ever I decide, like, oh, I need a break or I need a hiatus, like I did a couple of weeks ago, I'll just take it and then I'll be back, But I'm trying not to take as many breaks as I used to. Like, like I said, that week off that I took worked for me. So if I could do it like that, then I'll be fine. I'll try not to do months at a time. It just depends on the situation, because some situations are a lot heavier than others, but I'll do my absolute best. But yeah, so going a little off topic, but finding your purpose. Me, I already know what my purpose is. I am pretty much just in the planning stages of doing everything. I am, like I said, I obtained a EIN number sometime in December or the beginning of this year or whatever. But I do want to trademark something, and I do want to take the necessary steps towards doing my business or whatever. And I think I've said it numerous times, but the main thing I would like to do is something in edutainment. And I love working with children. I love children. Like, I've been working with children since I was 17. And, my first job taught me that kids can learn through play, kids can learn through the arts. And me being in education for as long as I've been, like, this year would make 15 years since I've been working in education. And the stuff that I've seen along the way, there's not a lot of programs that have the arts. They're starting to take away performing arts and all of that other stuff because it's not, I guess because it's not beneficial, supposedly. But me being a teenager and working in an arts program, it really allowed me to express myself and to find my voice. And I would love for every child to experience that. Like, there was a lot of kids, because you usually get those kids who's like, I'm too cool to be acting and singing and dancing. But a lot of them shine doing that. And I would like to offer that, because there's a lot of kids who live, especially in the area that I live in, there's a lot of kids who live in these really, like, they come from these really bad, situations where they can't express themselves. So how they express themselves in schools, they drive their teachers crazy, they drive the school crazy, they fight, they curse, they throw tantrums. I feel like if they have an outlet, they're able to thrive in a positive way instead of having negative energy. So my goal is to start a program with, a community, like a community-based program dealing with the arts. And aside from that, I also want to have like a little apparel business or whatever. I'm still working it out, but I love children, and I would love to make children's clothing and children's accessories and whatnot. So I'm just in the planning stages of doing everything right now, because I like to do things where I'm helping out the community. I know that there's a lot of parents out there who have a hard time finding childcare for their children, or they worry about, clothing and, basic necessities and stuff. I just would like to be a pillar in my community and communities, period. Like I said, I love children. I'm a firm believer in it takes a village to raise a child, because I was raised in a village, and with my children, I have my own village, so I would like to keep that going, because not every child has a village. A lot of children out here have broken villages. So that's my purpose, and I know it, because it's been me starting my own program has been on my mind. Like, it didn't really, like, it was a light bulb that went off in my head about in 2008. And that's when I discovered, this is what I want to do. But I didn't know how to go about doing it. So I just continued working. I just continued working within the school system since 2005. And I've had like other jobs here and there. I worked in food and beverage before and blah, blah, blah. But I always came back to working with children. So now I work in my, can't now because of COVID-19, but I work in my children's school, and I work there and I pick, I pick everybody's brain there. I make connections with parents and teachers and school administrators, and I take from everybody. I'm like a sponge. I learn from everybody. So, working there has allowed me to like pretty much just, what's the word? Like just, it's allowed me to just take from it allows me flexibility, and it allows me to just take inspiration from everywhere, because it's not like I'm just stationed one place in the school. I'm speaking with the teachers, speaking with the principals, speaking with the school secretary, speaking with the parent coordinator, speaking with the security guard, speaking with the custodian. I speak to everybody, and I learn from everybody. So I know that that's my purpose, to do something in the field of education and entertainment. Now, the entertainment part of it, YouTube. I love YouTube. I love getting on here and speaking with people. And like I said, I don't really care so much about views. I care about reaching people. And if I could touch one person, then my job is done. And people will say to me all the time, like, oh, I love watching you on YouTube. You look so happy or whatever. Like it looks like I was told over the weekend that it seems like this brings me joy. And it does. I love talking to people. I love advising people. I love showing my personality on camera. So it's pretty dope. But my experience on social media. Okay, so I have Instagram. Well, I have 2 Instagrams now. And I think the first couple of days that I created the Instagram, I was really nervous. Like, I was nervous about followers. I was nervous about bringing people from my main profile to this profile. I was nervous about the content that I put. Like, I was nervous about a lot. And my 2 friends who were on Fishbowl Fridays with me on Friday, Ish and Ashley, they said to me, weekend before last, Ish told me, listen, it seems like you're starting over, but it's not starting over. You're starting a new chapter. You're expanding. Now, this is how I can tell that you're growing and you're changing, because you're uncomfortable. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? You have a point. He was like, there's no need to stress about doing your Instagram over. You're not starting over. You're starting a new chapter in the same book, It's just a new chapter. Nothing to be afraid of. I'm not as nervous as I was in the beginning. Like, slowly but surely, I am building up my Instagram, and I have like 200 and something followers now that I had took from my main page or whatever. And people are really like, I'm making some connections. One lady, she does jewelry. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but I will put it in the description below. And she wrote me, and she's like, listen, I know it's stressful running 2 Instagrams or whatever, but you got this. Just don't overwhelm yourself and take your time. And it's like, strangers, they support you or whatever. Not to say that people that know you don't support you, they support me too. Like I said, I've had people come up to me and they're like, I love how you look on Instagram. You're not Instagram, on YouTube. You're very jolly. You glow. You look so beautiful. I love listening to you speak. And here I am just thinking, I'm just recording. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just jumping on camera, talking or whatever. And to hear feedback really makes me happy. And I love social media. I love TikTok. I am so obsessed with TikTok. But I love TikTok. I love Snapchat. I love Facebook. I love Twitter. I love Instagram, because they allow you to shine, and they work with you if you work with them or whatever. So I'm slowly but surely building myself up, trying to like build my brand or whatever. And I know when it comes time for me to start my business, I'm gonna have to create another Instagram for the business or whatever. So it's fine having a personal and then like professional business or whatever. And like the Instagram that I have is my video creative, page. So that's where I put all of my YouTube content and whatnot, and I share like what I do and whatnot. So slowly but surely, you know, time. So, but that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm building myself up, building my brand. I'm learning from others, i.e. the webinar with Simone and the hashtag therapy with Jasmine. And it's just been amazing. I've just been taking little bits of knowledge everywhere that I can, and it's been amazing. And I am happy with what I'm doing as far as walking into my purpose, you know, and I hope that everybody can feel the same way. Another thing that I've done is my cousin, shout out to her, she had like a little live yesterday, and she's working towards building herself up with her pages, her Freedom Sisters, and she has a group called Her Freedom Sisters on Facebook or whatever. I shared it on my Facebook. I shared it yesterday if you guys have me as a friend on Facebook. But she was talking about purpose and ways to walk in your purpose, and you know, you have to do self-sacrifice, and especially if you're a mom, because I'm a mom, it's hard to like take those little minutes of the day and just focus on you because you're so enthralled in dealing with your children or whatever. Not to say, you know, your kids always come first, but you're a mom, you're a human first. And if you're not straight, your babies are not going to be straight. So listening to her speak about purpose and give advice on what to do to help you walk in your purpose, I was very inspired. Very inspired. So I'm learning from her, and I'm just learning from everybody. And you know, my circle of people is dope. They're really dope. They push me to be better. They inspire me. They encourage me, and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I feel like everybody needs to find people who build them up. Because if you have people who are in your circle that are like very negative and very like stagnant and whatnot, they're not gonna do you any good. Misery loves company, and that's true. Misery definitely loves company. So if you have people out here who's trying to knock you off of, you know, knock you out your game or whatever, you're gonna have to dead that and get you some people who are for you, who believe in you, and who are trying to obtain like not the same goals, but who are I just lost my train of thought. But get you some people who you can learn from, and not those who will keep you stagnant and who will throw you off of walking in your purpose, pretty much. So like I said, my circle of people are dope. Very dope. Like they are, like I said, they're people who they give me advice, they encourage me, they push me even when I don't want to be pushed. They tell me about myself even when I don't want to hear it, and I appreciate that. That's real friendship to me. So I feel like everybody should have that. Also, you gotta set goals and you have to stick to them. I showed y'all my vlog calendar or whatever, and I told y'all how with every month I put like a little quote on the blank spaces of the calendar. This month is May, and my quote from it is my quote for this month is none other from the fabulous Beyonce. It's always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper. And I love that quote because it's like, you know, make your money, do what makes you happy, don't try to look for revenge over petty stuff, stunt on them hoes. Pretty much. But like that quote just speaks to me because it's like, you know, just be humble. Always be humble. Always be grateful for what you have or whatever. And you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything to prove your self-worth. Make your money and mind the business that pays you. That's what I take from it. So I encourage everybody, find your purpose, especially during this quarantine. Like I said, your purpose doesn't have to be anything big, major, or extravagant. If you enjoy binge watching shows and that's your thing and that's something that makes you happy, do it. If you enjoy dabbling in the herb from the earth, because I know there's some people who they like to smoke and that's their thing, but the business of doing that's becoming a thing now. Like, that's becoming a business. Do it. Just do what makes you happy. That's all I'm saying. Do what makes you happy. Find your purpose. And once you find your purpose, walk in it. Stay with it. And don't let anybody steer you off course. Don't let nobody steer you off course, because there's a lot of, devils out here who are miserable and they want you to be miserable with them. Don't allow that. Be a force. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so this was Mental Health Mondays. I hope you learned something from it, because I surely learned something from the people that I've been watching and learning from. I've been learning a lot, and I'm going to continue to learn or whatever, because you learn something new every day. And that's what I've been learning my whole entire life, that you learn something new every day. And I love learning. I love learning new things. I love learning, especially jewels. I love learning. So I hoped and I hope you guys learned from me. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also don't forget to tell a friend about Teesha on the Tube. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. I will see you in the next video, and I hope you have a fabulous Monday.